Cruise fans, hold on to your hats. We've got breaking news on Mexico's cruise tax, Royal Caribbean's latest luxury escape in Nassau, and a dramatic yacht versus mega ship encounter. Don't miss out. Stick around. Ahoy, travelers. It's Amy here with your weekly Cruise News Roundup and my thoughts on some of the biggest stories of the week. There has been an update on the new tax for cruise passengers stopping in Mexico. Well, those who are set to cruise to Mexico early next year can take a small breath of relief because the Mexican government just hit the pause button on that new tax. This tax, which they call the non-resident fee, has been in place for a while, but cruisers were exempt, hence the new tax part. That was supposed to change come January 1st, and everybody would be charged $42, all cruisers, even if you stayed on the ship. However, due to some major pushback from the cruise industry, Mexico has decided to delay the decision until July 1st of 2025. Now, the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, or FCCA, was pretty vocal about this. They were worried that this tax could drop cruise visits by about 15%, leading cruise lines to rethink their routes, possibly skipping Mexico altogether. Imagine a family of four would be looking at an extra $168 just to visit for one day. And some cruises stop in Mexico twice. The Mexican Association of Cruises, or AMANIC, isn't thrilled either. They're predicting a sharp decline in arrivals, which would hit hard on local jobs and income. So from taxi drivers to tour guides, it would really affect the whole tourism ecosystem in Mexico. The FCCA's CEO, Michelle Page, gave a nod to the Mexican government for listening, but made it clear that they're not out of the woods yet. They're hoping for more talks to find a middle ground that keeps Mexican communities thriving, supports tourism, and doesn't break the bank for cruise goers. So if you've got a cruise plan, enjoy the temporary reprieve, but keep an eye on this space because come July, we might be talking about this again. Now, I wonder how much Royal Caribbean Group will be pushing back on this with their plans for a private beach club in Cozumel, Mexico, to open in 2026. Maybe they're going to decide to nix the private beach club altogether, but don't believe they've really done much to it yet, but making plans. What are your thoughts? Well, speaking of Royal Caribbean private beach clubs, the line finally announced specifics on their Royal Beach Club Paradise Island in Nassau. They've officially set the opening for December 25, and if you're planning to book a cruise that stops in Nassau, you can purchase day passes for the beach club. That's correct, day passes. This is completely different from their private islands where all cruisers are automatically allowed to visit the destination. These private beach clubs are going to be like any other private beach club. They're going to be at an additional cost and it's going to be basically treated like it's an excursion that you purchase. So this club is 10 minutes from the port of Nassau and will be divided into 3 zones: Chill Beach, Party Cove, and Family Beach. And really, isn't that the 3 things you want? You either want to chill, or you want to party, or maybe you've got a family and it's just a whole different atmosphere. So Chill Beach is the go-to spot for some R&R. So with an area to lounge by the deep end pool or chill on the beach, maybe even check out some locally made crafts from artisan huts. And there also is going to be food there to match that vibe. If you're all about the party, you can head to Party Cove. They're going to have the world's largest swim-up bar called the Floating Flamingo with a DJ spinning tunes all day. And for those who want to be treated like a VIP, there's going to be an area for that with poolside service. I'm not sure how much extra that would cost. For those with kids, Family Beach is where they're going to want to go. Think beach games like paddleball, a tug-of-war, and a zero-entry pool for the little ones called the Shallow End. And if you have money to burn, there is the ultimate family cabana. Now, this isn't just any cabana. It's a 2-story luxury deal with space for up to 12 people. It'll feature your own whirlpool, slide, private bathroom, a frozen drink machine, and an attendant. It's the only one of its kind at the club, so you know it's going to be a hot property. I can't even begin to guess how much it would cost, but I guarantee you it will be booked out early. In total, there are 40 cabanas that will be able to be rented, but just that one ultimate family cabana. Booking for these will open in spring of 25, just like the day passes. The club itself is going to span 17 acres with multiple pools, swim-up bars, beach bars, and eateries. The day pass is going to cover a water taxi ride, or if you're old school, a tender ride, from Nassau's cruise pier and access to all amenities minus any cabana rentals. And I wonder about that VIP access as well. Is this something you're looking forward to experiencing? Are you loyal to Royal and think this would be a good thing? Now, I've never been on a cruise that stops in Nassau, partly because I've heard that there's not a lot to do there. Will having this beach club make an itinerary that stops in Nassau more appealing to you? Let me know in the comments. Well, since we're already talking about Royal Caribbean, one of their Oasis-class ships, the Allure of the Seas, got into a little fender bender this week. While stopped in Nassau on Wednesday, the ship was struck on its port side by a yacht. Witnesses said the yacht lost power and drifted into the Allure's stern at slow speed, or at least that's what it appears like had happened. No real damage was done to the megaship. In fact, some on board didn't even know anything had happened. Didn't feel it, nothing. The yacht, however, did not fare so well, with photos and videos showing significant damage to parts of the smaller boat. Now, the Allure was delayed an hour, presumably while the hull was checked for damage, and it arrived at their next port on time. There were some other big stories this week, like a fire on board MSC Seashore late Sunday night. Guests reported the elevators being shut down, areas smelling of smoke, and the ship using generator power. The line did confirm a small fire had broke out on an upper deck, but was quickly put out without any changes to the ship's itinerary. So, not a huge deal, but a fire on a ship is always a big story, regardless of the outcome. Now, the Symphony of the Seas has had to cancel yet another stop at San Juan. This will be the third sailing in a row that's been canceled. Work is being done on Pier 3 in San Juan, and until that is complete, there isn't another pier large enough to accommodate the Oasis-class ship. In a letter to affected guests, the line said, "We've recently been advised by the Port Authority in San Juan, Puerto Rico, that due to technical issues with the pier and the work that must be done and cleared by the USCG, so United States Coast Guard, for accepting a ship our size, we'll have to adjust our itinerary for our sailing." So they replaced the stop at San Juan with a stop at St. Thomas instead. Would you be disappointed with that switch? I like both places. I've been to both, so I'm not sure that it's going to bother me either way unless I had an excursion that I really didn't want to miss. But let me know what you think. Now, I'm not sure how many people stick around for the weekly life update section of the news, but I enjoy sharing some of my life with you guys, so if you're still watching, drop a comment below, let me know. First of all, I want to address my shirt. I know you probably see World's Tallest, but you can't see anything else. It says World's Tallest Elf. So that is me at 6 foot tall, World's Tallest Elf. Maybe not World's Tallest, but in my heart. I had a short week, work week anyway, as I took off Thursday night so that Mom and I could go to Sodar City yesterday. This was our second trip to the park during its traditional Christmas festival. We both decided that we could have used another layer of clothes. It wasn't too bad at around 50 degrees, but it was windy and overcast, so that really cut in with that wind chill. I wish I'd worn a pair of leggings under my jeans at the very least. I had on a raincoat that I was basically using as a windbreak. I chose to do that instead of wearing a heavy coat or extra layers that I might get too hot and have to take off and then carry around. While I always expect the park to be crowded, it is. It's very rare that the park is not crowded. I do expect it to be really crowded on a Saturday, but not on a Friday. Now, I know it's getting close to Christmas, but most schools aren't out yet for Christmas in our area, but there were a ton of kids there during school hours. I don't know, did people pull their kids out of school for stuff like that? There were people, in one place we were at, where a ton of them were from Oklahoma, and they had school-age children with them. So I know they didn't just get out for the day. Anyway, we had a good time doing all the old people things that we didn't do last time when we took the kids with us. So we started out joining in a hymn sing at the Wilderness Church. It was a lot of fun, and the lady leading it really worked the keys on that piano. We watched a Christmas Carol musical It's the same one that they've been putting on for several years, but I didn't see it last year, so it was still fairly good. We watched the Living Nativity, the tree lighting, and then we got in line for the train. So last time we were there, the train had broken down right before we went there, and we weren't able to ride it. So I'm glad we finally got to go on that ride. It's a tradition every year. It's a great way to see all the lights around the park, but the best part is stopping and getting to hear Grandpa tell the Christmas story. Now, so the train is one of the most popular attractions of the park, especially at Christmas. I love that thousands of people get to hear about the birth of Jesus Christ in such a special way. It really is. If you've never been there, you should go. Have you ever been to Silver City at Christmas? If so, what's your favorite part? Well, on Thursday, I went with my oldest niece to do the last of the Christmas shopping. Mostly, I had to pick up some stocking stuffers and get things to make Oreo balls and then some peanut clusters. That's usually what I do with the leftover chocolate. And those are some of the things that I always contribute to our family's holiday gatherings. We had a lot of fun going around Walmart and joking about buying family members different crazy things. We're going to be celebrating our Christmas next Saturday. That's due to my work schedule. I have to work on Christmas and on Christmas Eve, though, both nights. So I probably am not going to have a video next week, as I doubt I'm going to have time to work on one between work and family time. I almost didn't have time for this video and had to do most of the work while we were driving back and forth to Silver City. So my question is, how busy are you during the Christmas holidays? Do you find your plate loaded with lots of extra duties, or maybe you're just spending more time with family? For me, it's a little bit of both. It's not a lot of extra duties. There's some extra duties, plus just spending a lot of time with family, and it takes away from other things that I might normally do. But let me know in the comments how your Christmas busyness is lining up. Well, are you ready for more information on cruising? Why not stick around and check out this video where I talk about our visit to Geiranger Fjord in Norway. Even if you may not plan to visit, at least go and check out my photos and videos from the area at the end of the video. And then come back for more information designed to help you have an amazing cruise. Have a blessed week, everyone.